we're live on YouTube. um, yeah. I just give a brief run through of what I am doing today. Um, Today I am going to be working on the Afro Futuristic Project Red. Um, but the entire mindset for this is to get as far as possible because my Photoshop keeps crashing and I have to relearn my shortcuts and reconfigure the system every 2 minutes. So now, well, I should get most of it done today, but it's gonna take like bits and chunks. Um, so wish me luck. I don't know even who I'm particularly like talking to, but I'm just like vibing. So watch me walk in real time. Like in between, I might say it in a tone, or just like rant, depending on stuff. And also, I might play stuff in the background as well. So like I might also be listening to stuff. Um, so bear with me on that. So that would be like a lot of sermons or just general talks from people. I'll try not to play copyrighted stuff, but I I can't make any promises on that. So to give you an idea of what I have been working on, I would, you know, show some. Wait, am I supposed to be showing this? Let's go back. Um, so just to give you a glimpse of where the project started, um, the initial idea for the project Red was to the initial idea for the project Red was to create an Afro-futuristic project, but the brief was simple. That is, design a princess, a priest, and a robot. So this was my idea for that brief. So I did like a traditional like 2D sketch. I didn't do it traditionally, I did it on my iPad. So this was the original brief for it. Like original brief that I had, I was like, okay, inspired by Benin culture, we're gonna push it and make it Afro-futuristic. I really like this robot. He's my best, he's my favorite. Then, just like really design it out. Now, when I was done at this point, a normal sane human being would be like, we're done, let's move on. But I was like, no. No, I am going to spend more time doing I'm going to spend more time doing my own stuff as well. I'm going to expand on this and I'm going to make more of it. So I was like, okay, what if we're actually making a Hollywood production of this? What would be the constraints? What are things to think about? Now, if you've watched The Creator, you will have an idea of what I'm talking about. But I was inspired by The Creator, so I was like, okay, I want to make this sci-fi dream a reality. So I took that idea further, and instead of making it designing or stopping at animation, I decided to make it for live action. What would it look like in live action? Now, these are other designs. These are the designs that I had previously, right? For, let's say, the priest, the princess, I did like a turnaround for her, and for the other designs of the princess. But I decided to like work it up and take it further. So this is what we have now. This was the final design directly inspired by the 2D concept, but when I showed it to one of my art directors, he basically said like it's cool, it's nice, but there are things we could fix, like let's say the silhouette around her legs. This can be cleaned up. It looked good in the 2D sketch, but when we translated this design in this format, it became bogus. So we had to like simplify the design. So in the process of simplifying the design, a simple rule he gave was like, if it's top heavy, then simplify the bottom. Then if it's bottom heavy, then simplify the top. It's a good rule to work with. So this was one of the designs that we came up with. Just them in a hallway. I liked this, then I was like, okay, this is a good snapshot. Any saying human being would have stopped now? I was like, no, we're gonna take it further. So that was when I started the epic side quests of making red. So first things first, we have to have a king in this world, and I casted my fictional cast for the roles that I wanted them to play. So this is like the design for the king. Now I have an idea of like an assassin in the world, but she's like in the high upper class of society. So I designed this and I casted Temiotedola. Sue me. I designed the royal family. I know I designed the princess, but I wanted to like flesh it out in the world and add other characters. I don't know why I'm giving you all the like spiel right now, knowing that my work is to design today, but just giving context for what we'll be doing today. So Viola Davis as Queen Mother, Damson Idris as Crown Prince, and we'll be working on Damson Idris and another character today to see how far we go. Then Duke Winston as a guard. We have Mofe Damijo and Genevieve Naji as some high-ranking chiefs in this world. So, other characters and stuff. Again, epic side quest. So we have to take these 2D flat concepts and realize them for live action. Something that a director would look at and a treatment and really take home to mama. And home to mama in this context is like take home to pitch the idea, or even like show I don't know why I'm not getting the full screen look. Okay, cool. We have a full screen look. Take home to show execs and pitch the idea for a film. So I'm just taking these ideas further, and that's what we'll be working on today. In the meantime, I need to check if my stream is working, so bear with me. I need to check if my stream is working. I think my stream is working. Let me zoom in a bit. Let's see how fast like I've been streaming for 8 minutes now, and it seems good. Like all in all, it seems good. Yeah. I might get bored, so I hope I don't get bored. But we got work to do. Let's get to work ASAP. So we'll be working on this for the next 50 minutes, and we'll take a break, and we keep going in cycles over and over again. Yeah, let's get to work. Okay, the stream, it's streaming. My energy is high, and let's get the party started. Let's get the party started. Let's get the party started. Okay. Okay. Let's finish this sketch. Now, the main issue I have with this right now is in terms of materiality. I have gotten this to an okay level, but areas that I want to work on, like real quick, is areas that I want to work on quickly. I want to work on this area, the belt area. I want to work on the belt area. I want to work on the beaded area here. Now I need a material for this thing that he's wearing on the inside. I don't want it to be made of beads. Instead, I want it to be made of like fabric. So I might end up painting it in. Who knows? Or I might end up painting it in. And yeah, again, we understand the concept that we are trying to hit. This is the original concept we are trying to hit. So he has some beaded items around his neck here. So that's something we would want to, like, get right. But other than that, we would do this version and we would try to get this version as well. Do we have time for that? Yeah, I say we have time for it. So side quest. Anybody? Side quest. So let's begin. Yeah. Zoom in. Is that all I need to complete this? Say I'm done with this concept. I will need to get the beads right as well. And after I get the bead right, I can, bash him a bit into the environment. That is, I can have him more integrated in the environment using some lighting pass. That won't take time, so let's begin. Yeah, I think I want to listen to something while I work. Other than that, I will get bored like ASAP, because if I run on pure energy, I would burn out quickly. So how about I do this? What would be the best way to keep myself stimulated and not lose the plot? What would be the best way of doing this? Maybe I think something I might do is, can I isolate the channels? It needs my mic. I don't know how to set this up yet, but that shouldn't stop me. Let's just work and see how focused we can be, right? And let's see. Why are you like this? Tab, F, tab, F, tab. Good. This is what I want. Full screen, tabbing, tabby, tab. Okay. So let's begin. let's begin this. Um, do I want to use gemstones? Okay, for this, let's address this thing. Okay, so if this is it, I want to reduce the opacity down a bit. I don't actually need it. I know I can try to get. The thing is, when I'm zooming at this perspective, I can't see it. All I can see are the beads. So I need to be able to paint that without having to photo brush it, right? So to do that, this is what I would do, right? I would draw the lines around. I would draw the lines. I would draw the things. How about I just mirror it? It wouldn't hurt. Okay, let's mirror it. Okay. So the thing is, it doesn't have to be symmetrical. How I lay it out. So to do that, I will need a highlight color. Okay. I think I will use this. I do. It was a fun brush to use. I used it for the cool scene, the military cool scene. The thing is, I don't remember how I used it now. Because I don't think this brush is, excuse me, I don't think this brush is pressure sensitive. Do I want to make it pressure sensitive? I mean, it will help for what you're trying to do. Brushes. Brush settings. Let's make you shape dynamic. Size. Pen pressure. I don't know. For your pixel is set to 5%. Okay, it's pressure sensitive, alright. It's pressure sensitive. I'll just keep this somewhere. It's pressure sensitive, alright. So what I want to do is I want to compress the values on the shoulder pad, on the shoulder piece. So yeah, you can see what I just did. I want to compress the values. First off, I want to do it at a zoomed out enough distance so that I can see exactly what I'm affecting. Because the piece will be observed at a distance. Yeah. I don't want to do that. I can push it in other directions.